Hi everyone, this is Eliza. Welcome back to Eliza's Bookshelf. Today I want to go over some books that I am planning to read in the near future. So if you don't know, I have been part of Book of the Month since, 2016 or 2017, and I have a lot of books that I haven't read yet, in the 30s, which is not bad because it could have been more. I've been working on it a lot this year, and Book of the Month's yearly challenges really helps me hit that goal of continuing to read my books. This year they have, the same 3 badges that you get. You get a badge for reading like 3 debut books, debut authors, 12 books in general that you got in the past year or 2, and then you get another badge for reading like a page pusher. And if you get all of those 3 badges, then you unlock a secret badge. I've always been struggling with the page pusher. I already read like 12 books. I already read 3 debut authors, but the page pusher is the one that I have been missing this whole year. And basically you read a book that is 400 pages or longer. Once you unlock all those 3 badges, then you unlock a secret badge. And I was struggling with that for so long that I actually Googled, I was like, what is this mystery badge for Book of the Month? And I thought some people said that it's just a badge that you get. It's not an actual challenge. So I wasn't taking it too seriously. I was like, whatever, I got my free socks, from Book of the Month. But I finally finished a page pusher and I unlocked this other badge. And it's not just a badge, it is a separate challenge called the Shelf Slayer Challenge. And that was more crazy. So let's talk about the page pusher that I read that unlocked all these badges. So my page pusher was Ruth Ware's The It Girl. I had a couple of other ones like The Stardust Thief or A River Enchanted. Those are bigger books too that I was going to read, but I ended up reading this one, and it's a mystery thriller and I tend to get through those quicker. So I was like, let's just read this. Let's see what this new badge is about. But I finished this recently and I actually really like it. This is my second book from Ruth Ware. The first one is One by One, which is one of her most recent books too. And I gotta say, after reading One by One and The It Girl, I think I am legit a Ruth Ware fan. She has this way of writing characters that, I didn't really care about the plot. Half the time I was just like, I want to know more about these characters. So I really like this one. I'm not gonna say more because I'll probably talk more about it in my monthly wrap up. But yes, this is the one that got me through the page pusher goal. So let's talk about the new badge. And if you guys don't want to hear about the badge and you have your own goal going on and you want to be surprised, then just skip out of this video right now because I'm gonna talk more about the secret badge. The secret badge, which is like the 4th badge, is called the Shelf Slayer badge. And basically you have to read 24 total books. And because I've been, working on it, I've read 15 Book of the Month books already. That means my really bad math, that means I need to read 9 more. The problem is I only have 7 remaining books that I've bought in the past year or 2 because I think there's like a certain time frame. I have 30 books or more that I still need to read, but they only let you pick from the past 2 years, I believe. So the problem is I only have 7 books. So in the next few months of the year, I'll definitely pick up 2 books. So I think I will meet this Shelf Slayer goal. I'm really excited. So I am going to talk about the 7 books that I do have that I am planning to read by the end of this year. And so I have it here with me. So a lot of these books I bought months ago and I don't really remember what they're about. All I know is that they intrigued me one way or another. So I did have to get a refresher on some of them. History of Wild Places. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen this. I know some of my booktuber friends, I see it on their shelves, but A History of Wild Places, I think it is a magical realism type of mystery thriller fantasy. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what it's about. I'm just throwing out different genres. All I know that it's not romance. But basically, let's see. So this sounds crazy. So I guess this guy can locate people if you give him objects of theirs. And he was hired by a family to find a person, Maggie St. James. And so it leads him to this weird place that people thought was only a legend. And once he is there, he actually disappears himself. Years later, someone stumbles upon his abandoned boat And so they're trying to figure out what is going on, what is this pastoral area, and it opens up a can of worms. So this one sounds crazy, sounds magical, sounds mysterious as well. So yeah, that's one. Number 2 is Bronze Drum by Fong Yuan. So this is actually my recent book that I picked up, and it's about 2 sisters. It's a historical fiction book about Vietnam a long time ago during the war with China and things like that. And I picked this up because, you know, I am Vietnamese. My mom, dad, they're Vietnamese. They're from Vietnam. They moved here when they were younger, and they always tell me stories about how they got here and how bad it was. And it's just crazy to think that we are here now at this time, but they never really tell me stories about a long time ago, you know, like the historical aspects of long time ago. So I have never read this type of story, and I told my sister about it. She picked it up too. I think we're gonna read it together and then talk to my mom about it. Basically, story of the Trung sisters. And I'm so bad. I took Vietnamese classes with my brother in a college, so we learned about a lot of the phonetics and how to pronounce things, and it's so bad because I still, if you don't use it, you lose it, right? And so I still struggle to read some things. For example, look at how this name is written. There's like different marks and stuff like that, and based on that, you figure out how to go up and down in your tonation. So I think this is called Lac Viet region of the ancient Vietnam. 2 noble daughters filled their days with training, studying, and trying to stay true to Vietnamese traditions, while Trung Trac is disciplined and wise, free-spirited, and fierce. Trung Nhi is more interested in spending time in the gardens with her romantic conquests. So they're basically different sisters, but they're drawn together because the sisters' lives and the lives of their people are shadowed by the oppressive rule of the Han Chinese. As the people's frustration boils over, the country becomes closer to the edge of war. When the Trung sisters' father is executed, their world comes crashing down. With no men to save them against the Han's encroaching regime, they rise and unite the women of Vietnam into a powerful army. So these 2 young sisters, because of what's going on, because of their family tragedy, they're uniting their community and becoming an army. And it's like girl power, right? Like, this is so crazy. It's based on a true story, and I want to know more about this. So yeah, this is number 2 that I'm going to read. I'm so excited because my sister picked this up, and I love reading books with my sister. Let's see, I'm gonna put it down there. Okay, so number 4 is a book by Kristen Hanna. It is huge too. Yes, it probably would have qualified as a page pusher itself. I thought I read a lot of books by Kristen Hanna, but when I looked at it, I think I only read The Nightingale. I thought I read more. I'm pretty sure I did. But this is another book by her. It is The Four Winds. It is a historical fiction book about the Great Depression. So it's very different. She is great. I think she's so knowledgeable. She does a lot of research. And I heard good things about this book. I just never picked it up because I think you have to be in a mood for the Great Depression. But I really definitely want to pick this up by the end of this year. So yeah, there's that. I don't know much more about this. The great thing about her books is that she focuses a lot around a specific family that goes through that time, and I love it. So yes, The Four Winds. That's number 3, right? Yeah. Number 4 is Send For Me, another historical fiction book set in World War II. And if you guys don't know, I just love World War II historical fiction. There's like so many different stories, so many different countries and families that you can follow in World War II, because again, so many people were affected by it. But this is an achingly beautiful work of historical fiction that moves between Germany on the eve of World War II and present day Wisconsin, unspooling the thread of love, longing, and the powerful bonds of family. I'm not gonna read much else with that, but this is a pretty short book. It's 255 pages, so I think I will breeze through this. And the chapters are looking pretty short. Yeah, I'm excited to read this one. The cover looks amazing too. So yeah, this is number 4. Number 5 is Everything We Didn't Say. And this is a mystery thriller crime book. I've talked about it before. And so let's see if I remember this. So I think there was a murder that happened next door to this girl a long time ago. And she moves away because she wants to take care of her daughter. She wants her daughter to be away from, all these haunting memories. But something happens, and turns out the murderer might be around. So she comes home to try to figure out what's going on so that she can prevent the killings of future people. I think that's what this is about. I don't quite remember exactly, but My cousin-in-law says she read it and she thinks I will love it, so I'm excited to finally get to this one. Number 6 is A River Enchanted, and this is an adult fantasy novel. The author usually writes like YA fantasy, I think, but this one she decided to say that it is an adult fantasy book. I do remember reading that it reads YA though, so I don't mind, whatever, it sounds amazing. These two childhood enemies have to come together to try to figure out a mystery of why people in their clan are getting murdered. I don't remember what the fantasy aspect of the book is, but I am excited to read this because the second book is coming out later this year, I think. Either later this year or in the early next year, so it's coming up. Hopefully I like this so I can pick up the second book in the series. I don't know if it's a like series or a duology, but I'm excited because that cover looks amazing too. If you haven't noticed, I'm a big cover buy person. So yeah, this is number 6. And number 7, the 7th book that I have to read to get to this Shelf Slayer badge is The Stardust Thief. And I actually already started this one. I am like 62 pages in and I really like it so far. It's like the opposite of Aladdin. Basically, you have this merchant thief and that's the girl, and then you have this guy who is the Sultan's son, and then they kind of come together because they have to go on this this journey to find a relic that the Sultan wants. I didn't get to that part yet, so I'm still building up to it. I'm not into that, mission part yet. I'm still, but I'm excited. It sounds pretty awesome. It is told in alternating chapters from one person's point of view, another person's point of view, and I just got to a third person's point of view, so I'm not sure how many point of views there are total, but I really like it so far. I posted on my Instagram about this and the author liked my post and commented and I super fangirled. This is the Stardust Thief. It is going to be a trilogy. It's called the Sansi Trilogy, so I'm excited. I'm gonna do like separate YouTube videos about the series itself so I can remember as the books come out. But yeah, so let's see if I can get all these books up without falling off. Okay, so yeah, these are the 7 books that I have to read, and I have to read 2 more, so I have to read a total of 9 extra books to get to the Shelf Slayer badge. I don't think you get anything. If you finish like the other badges, you get to pick your prize. You get socks or you get magnets or a notepad. I picked the socks because the other things I probably won't use. And so I don't think you get anything for the Shelf Slayer badge. At least I don't know of it, but you get to complete all the rings. So I'm excited to finally get to a lot of my Book of the Month books, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little TBR. If you guys watched my August TBR, I think that is going out the window and I'm gonna focus on this. I might still try to read It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover because I've been wanting to get into like a serious romance book, but what else? What else did I talk about? Oh, The Way of Kings. Yeah, I have been reading that. So yeah, I might still read some of those books, but I'm going to focus on a lot of my Book of the Month books too. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this mini, updated TBR, and I hope you enjoyed listening to me talk about Book of the Month because I love Book of the Month. But anyways, yeah. Thanks again for joining in with me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!